Attention, you are watching a live broadcast from Moscow. It's a Victory Day parade in Moscow's Red Square.
Государственный флаг Российской Федерации и знамя Победы.
The parade, the national flag of the Russian Federation and the victory banner. Attention. Entering Red Square is the national flag of the Russian Federation and the symbol of victory in the Great Patriotic War, the victory banner of the 150th Patriot Rifle Division. 77 years ago, this banner, raised over the captured Reichstag building in Berlin, marked the final victory in World War II. Today, the Russian national flag and the victory banner are in the safe hands of the most distinguished servicemen of the 154th Preobrazhensky Independent Commandant's Regiment, Sergeant Anton Mikhailov and Sergeant Dmitry Monasteryov. The Color Guard units are led by Senior Lieutenant Valery Zolotuhin and Senior Lieutenant Gennady Zvonkov. "80 years ago, spring 1942 brought an end to the Battle of Moscow. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers and volunteers stood shoulder to shoulder to fight Nazi Germany and defend their capital city. The battle took a toll on both sides. The Nazi troops were seriously defeated for the first time since the war broke out. This put an end to the legend of an invincible Nazi army." The successful defense of Moscow became a symbol of Soviet victory yet to come. Both the Soviet army and the Soviet people knew from then on that the enemy will be defeated. Many soldiers were awarded medals and orders for their valor. The Order of the Patriotic War was established in May 1942. It was the first Soviet order established during the war and the first Soviet order divided into classes. This year marks 80 years since the legendary order was introduced. At ease.
Парад! Смирно!
Attention.
Встречи слева! Направо!
Face left. Inspecting today's parade is Russia's defense minister, hero of Russia, Army General Sergei Shoigu. He's heading toward the center of the square to receive the report of the Moscow garrison about their readiness for the parade. Leading the parade is the Commander-in-Chief of the Army of the Russian Federation, Army General Oleg Salikov. Defense Minister of the Russian Federation, the troops of the Moscow garrison, for the parade to mark the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War are formed. The leader of the parade, the Army General Oleg Salikov. In accordance with the ceremony, the defense minister and the commander of the parade start reviewing the troops. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu will now inspect and wish Happy Victory Day to the Combined Army Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces and the cadets of the Military University, Military Logistics Academy, Mikhailovskaya Military Artillery Academy, and Air Defense Academy. Hello, comrades. I congratulate you on the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The ground forces are the backbone of the Russian army, which plays the leading role in ensuring national security and protecting Russia's national interests at all times. Russian troops are constantly improving their combat skills, learning how to operate new weapons and military equipment and use them to maximum efficiency.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
Good morning, comrades.
Поздравляю вас!
I congratulate you on the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. Morning, comrades. I congratulate you on the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Defense Minister has congratulated parade formations of the Western Military District Signal Corps, Military Police, Russia's National Guard, and the Ministry of Emergencies, and also the Nuclear, Biological, and Chemical Protection Troops.
Здравствуйте, товарищи!
Good morning, comrades.
Поздравляю вас!
I congratulate you on the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Defense Minister has congratulated the parade formations of the Strategic Missile Force, Airborne Troops, and the National Guard of Russia. Good morning, comrades. I congratulate you on the 77th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Defense Minister has congratulated the parade formations of the Russian Navy, Russian Emergency Ministry, Russian National Cossack Society, female troops, and cadets of the Suvorov and Nahimov Academies and Naval Cadet Corps, as well as the young army patriotic movement called UnArmy. A total of 11,000 servicemen are participating in today's victory parade. Army General Sergei Shoigu has finished inspecting the parade formations and is now heading to the central stand to report to Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, President Vladimir Putin. Comrade Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, the troops of the Moscow garrison are ready for the Victory Date parade. Defense Minister, Army General Shoigu. At ease.
Уважаемые граждане России,
Dear citizens of Russia, dear veterans, comrades, soldiers and sailors, sergeant and warrant officers, midshipmen and sergeant majors, comrades, officers, generals and admirals, happy Victory Day. Defense of the motherland, when its fate was at stake, was always sacred. This is the feeling of true patriotism that felt the defenders of the Patriot, meaning Pozharsky went to Borodino, fought against the enemy near Moscow and Leningrad, Kiev and Minsk, Stalingrad and Kursk, Sevastopol and Kharkov. That's how it's happening now, these days. You're fighting for our people in Donbas, for safety of our motherland, of Russia. May 9th of 1945 will forever be perpetuated as a triumph of our unparalleled exploit, both at the front line and at the home front. The Victory Day is close and sacred to each one of us. There is no family in Russia that has not felt the suffering of the Great Patriotic War, and we will always remember that. These days, in the Immortal Regiment marches, the children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren are carrying the pictures of their family members, soldiers who fell and remained forever young, and the veterans who left us. We are proud of the generation of victors. We are proud to be their descendants, and it is our right to hold sacred their memory, who told us to be vigilant and to do everything we can to avoid the war. And Russia has always stood for having equitable and indivisible security system that the entire world community needs of. Last December, we suggested to sign an agreement about the security guarantees. Russia called on for the West to look for the sensible compromises and taking into account interests of each other. But it was in vain. NATO nations did not want to heed our call. It means that in reality, they had different plans, and we saw that. Openly, they were preparing for another punitive operation in Donbas, invading our historical lands, including Crimea. In Kiev, they were making statements about possible acquiring nuclear weapons. NATO alliance started actively exploring territories next to us. Hence, they were trying to create an acceptable threat for us, and it was in the vicinity of our borders. Everything was showing at the fact that the clash against neo-Nazis, Bandera followers, that the U.S. and their satellites put a stake on, was something that had to happen. We saw how they were deploying troops, how hundreds of foreign instructors started to work, how regularly they were supplying state-of-the-art weapons from NATO countries. It was becoming more and more dangerous with every day, and Russia prevented this hostility. We had to do this, and it was the only right thing to do. The decision of sovereign, strong, and independent country. The United States of America, especially after the dissolution of the Soviet Union, started to talk about their exclusivity. Thus, they were humiliating not only the entire world, but also their satellites, who had to pretend that they do not notice anything. They had to swallow it all. But we are not the same. Russia has a different character. We will never renounce from our love to our motherland, from our faith, from traditional values, from the customs of our ancestors, from the respect to all nations and cultures. And in the West, these millennial values, they decided to cancel. This moral degradation has become the foundation of cynical falsification of the history of World War II. Russophobia, praising traitors, tormenting the memory of the victims, crossing out the sufferings those who fought for the victory. We know that the American veterans who wanted to come to the parade to Moscow were basically prohibited from doing so. But I want them to know, we are proud of your exploits and of your heroic deeds, of your contribution to the victory. We honor all the soldiers of the Allied armies, American, Frenchmen, Englishmen, participants of the resistance movement, soldiers and partisans of China, everyone who crushed Nazism and militarism. Dear comrades,
Сегодня ополченцы Донбасса
today the
вместе с
militants
бойцами
of
армии
Donbas
России
with the soldiers of the
сражаются за
Russian
свои
army
земли,
are fighting in their
где
own
разили
land,
врага дружинники Святослава и
where
Владимира Мономаха,
Svetoslav and Vladimir
солдаты
Monomach were
Румянцева и
defeating their
Потемкина,
enemies,
Суворова и
of
Брусилова,
Suvorov and
где
Brusilov
насмерть
were
стояли
defeating their
герои
enemies,
Великой
where the
Отечественной
heroes
войны,
of the Great Patriotic
Николай
War
Ватутин,
were standing their ground, Nikolai
Северокавказ,
Vatutin,
Людмила Павличенко.
Kovpak, Ludmila Pavlichenko.
Обращаюсь сейчас к
And I would
нашим
like to
вооруженным
address
силам
our
и к
armed
ополченцам
forces
Донбасса.
and to the militants of
Вы
Donbas.
сражаетесь за
You
Родину,
are fighting for
за ее
your
будущее,
homeland, for
за
its
то, чтобы
future,
никто не забыл уроков Второй мировой.
to make
чтобы
sure
в мире
that
не
no
было
one
места
forgets the
палачам,
lessons of
карателям и
World War
нацистам.
II, not to have any more
Сегодня мы
punitive
склоняем
squads and
головы
killing
перед
squads.
светлой памятью
We
всех,
bow our heads
чью
to
жизнь отняла
before the memory
Великая
of
Отечественная
everyone
война.
who lost their
Перед
lives
памятью
because of the Great Patriotic
сынов,
War. We
дочерей,
bow before the
отцов,
memory of the sons,
матерей,
daughters,
дедов,
fathers, mothers,
мужей,
grandfathers,
жен,
husbands,
братьев,
wives,
сестер,
brothers,
родных,
sisters,
друзей.
family members,
Мы
friends.
склоняем головы
We
перед
bow our
памятью
heads
мучеников
before
Одессы, заживо
the
сожженных в Доме
those
профсоюзов
who
в
were
мае
burned alive in Odessa
2014 года.
in May of
Перед
2014.
памятью
We
стариков,
bow before the
женщин и
memory of
детей Донбасса,
elderly, women and
мирных
children of
жителей,
Donbas,
которые погибли от
civilians who
безжалостных
died
обстрелов,
because of the
варварских ударов
shelling,
неонацистов.
barbarian assaults by
Мы склоняем
neo-Nazis.
головы
We
перед
bow
нашими
our heads
боевыми
before
товарищами,
our
которые
comrades
пали
in arms
смертью храбро
who
в
fell
праведном бою за
heroically
Россию.
in the righteous fight for Russia.
Объявляется минута молчания.
Let us hold a minute of silence.
Уважаемые товарищи,
Dear comrades,
гибель каждого нашего
the death
солдата
of
и
every
офицера
our
— это
soldier
горе
and
для
officer
всех нас
is a tragedy
и
to all of us.
невосполнимая утрата
And
для родных и близких.
It's a irrecoverable loss for their families. The state, regions, enterprises, public and civic organizations will do everything to take care of such families, to help them, to support them. And special support will be given to the children of the fallen and wounded soldiers. The President's decree has been signed today. We wish quick recovery to the soldiers and officers who were wounded, and I would like to thank doctors, nurses, medical professionals of the field hospitals for their work. I would like to bow my head before you for fighting to save every life, often being shelled at the front line without thinking about yourselves. Dear comrades,
Сейчас здесь, на Красной площади,
now here
плечом к плечу
at
стоят
Red Square,
солдаты и
shoulder
офицеры
to
из
shoulder, we
многих
see
регионов
soldiers and
нашей
officers
огромной
from
Родины.
many regions of our vast homeland,
прибыл
including those
прямо
who
из Донбасса,
arrived right from
непосредственно
Donbas,
из зоны боевых
immediately
действий.
from the conflict zone.
Мы помним, как враги России пытались
We remember
использовать
how
против
enemies
нас
of Russia
банды
tried to use
международных террористов.
international
Стремились посеять
gangs
национальную
of
и
mercenaries
религиозную
against
вражду,
us, tried
чтобы
to
изнутри
sow
ослабить,
the
расколоть нас.
dissent
Ничего не
among us, to
получилось.
try to break
Сегодня
us.
наши
They
бойцы
failed.
разных
Today, our
национальностей
soldiers of
вместе в
various
бою
ethnicities fight
прикрывают
together,
друг друга
shoulder
от
to
пуль
shoulder,
осколков,
covering
как
each
родные
other,
братья.
shielding each other like
И в
true
этом
brothers
сила
they
России.
are. And it is the
Великая,
strength of
несокрушимая
Russia,
сила нашего
the
единого
great
многонационального народа.
might of our
Сегодня вы
joint
защищаете то,
multi-ethnical
за что сражались
people.
отцы,
Today, you're
деды,
fighting for the
прадеды.
same thing
Для
your
них высшим
fathers,
смыслом жизни
great-grandfathers
всегда были
fought for, because
благополучие
for
и
them,
безопасность Родины.
the security and
И для
safety
нас,
of their
их
homeland was
наследников,
the most important
преданность
thing. And for
отчизне,
us, their
главная
descendant,
ценность.
the main
Надежная
value
опора
is being true to
независимости
our
России.
homeland. It is the strength of independent Russia. Those who crushed Nazism during Great Patriotic War showed example of true heroism for all times. That was the generation of victors, and we will always look up to them. Glory to our glorious armed forces, for Russia, for the victory. Hurrah! Parade, attention,
Торжественному маршу
ceremonial march.
батальонно
4 battalions,
на одного линейного
distance by a single lineman.
Первый батальон
3rd battalion goes straight.
остальные
Remainder,
направо,
right, turn,
на плечо.
slope, arms.
Равнение направо.
Face right.
Шагом марш.
March. Parade Commander General Oleg Salikov opens the parade. Entering Grand Square are students of the Halilov Moscow Military Musical College. They will set the marching rhythm for the parade. The parade formation is led by college principal Colonel Alexander Gerasimov. 2022 marks 85 years since the foundation of the college. The Color Guard units march across Red Square carrying the state flag of the Russian Federation, the victory banner, and the banner of the Russian Armed Forces. The Color Guard units are accompanied by the Honor Guard of the 154th Preobrazhensky Independent Commandants Regiment. They represent the country and the armed forces at the state and international protocol events. You can now see the parade formation of the Moscow Suvorov Military College, led by Colonel Igor Yakimov. Suvorov Military College cadets traditionally participate in all Victory Day parades on Red Square since 1957. Now comes the parade formation of the 3rd Suvorov Military College, led by Colonel Sergei Tundenkov. The college has produced over 15,000 highly qualified officers since its foundation, who served in the army with distinction. A parade formation of Sevastopol's Nahimov Naval Academy enters Red Square. It's led by its principal, Counter-Admiral Valery Miron. These troops secure Russia's northern sea frontiers. We now welcome the young cadets from the Kronstadt Naval Cadet Corps. The parade formation is led by Captain First Rank Nikolai Dovbeshko. The school's curriculum preserves the best traditions of the naval cadet training. Joining the parade are the top members of UnArmy, the Young Army Patriotic Movement. It brings together over 1 million young men and women across Russia. The parade formation is led by the Chief of Staff of the movement, Olympic champion Nikita Nagorny. Now joining the parade as an army regiment of the Russian Armed Forces. First in line are cadets and officers of the Combined Arms Academy of the Russian Federation. The parade formation is led by head of the academy, Lieutenant General Alexander Romanchuk. Many World War II front commanders and army commanders were alumni of this academy. Today, the academy continues to train top commanders for the Russian army and law enforcement agencies. The parade formation of the Military University of the Russian Defense Ministry is marching across Red Square. It's led by Lieutenant General Igor Mishutkin. To date, the university has produced more than 230,000 officers, experts in political and military sciences, military psychology, as well as legal professionals and interpreters. Joining the parade is the formation of the Krylov Military Logistics Academy, led by Major General Vladimir Konovalov. The academy has been operational for over 120 years, providing a total of 270-degree programs for Army and Navy trainees. A total of over 120,000 logistics officers have graduated the academy. Joining the parade on Red Square are the Mikhailovskaya Military Artillery Academy cadets, led by Principal Lieutenant General Oleg Yegorov. The academy trains officers for artillery and missile troops. More than 100 academy graduates are heroes of the Soviet Union and heroes of Russia. Joining the parade on Red Square are the Marshal Vasilevsky Air Defense Academy cadets, led by Principal Lieutenant General Gleb Yeremin. Today, the academy trains officers for state-of-the-art air defense missile systems. The combined female parade formation enters Red Square, led by Major Maria Vasilyeva and Lieutenant Colonel Yekaterina Ryakova. These are the cadets of 6 Russian military schools, future logistics officers, military psychologists and interpreters, legal and financial experts, officers of the Air Space Force and nuclear, biological and chemical protection troops from 6 institutions of Russia. Now joining the parade, the Russian Aerospace Force Regiment formation jointly with the officers and cadets of the Zhukovsky and Gagarin Air Force Academy. The parade formation is led by its principal, Colonel General Gennady Zibrov. Today, the Academy trains officers for military aviation and electronic warfare systems. Among the Academy alumni were Yuri Gagarin, the first man to go to space, Valentina Tereshkova, the first woman to travel to space, and Soviet World War II fighter ace Ivan Kozhedub. More than 1,500 Academy graduates have been awarded the titles of Heroes of the Soviet Union and Heroes of the Russian Federation. 60 of them received the highest award twice. A parade formation of the Mozhaisky Military Space Academy is led by its principal, Major General Yuri Kulishov. The Academy is the key education and research center that trains uniquely qualified aerospace specialists. The Academy graduates are leading experts in military aerospace engineering. Marching across Red Square is the combined regiment of the Russian Navy. First in line are cadets of the Admiral Kuznetsov Naval Academy, led by Captain First Rank Andrei Klimenko. Academy graduates make up the core of the Russian Navy Command. Equipped homeland from anywhere.